How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Loki Season 1, Episode 2, titled The Variant. Now, this episode's interesting, right? So, it starts off with 1985, Renaissance Fair, where, the evil variant is, it ambushes another squad of TVA agents and kidnaps one of them. Afterwards, we see Loki at a desk, at Mobius's desk, apparently, talking to like the clock animation thing. It's apparently both recording and alive, and he tries to swat it, and then it hides in the computer, which. So Mobius meets him. Let me just scrub through the thing. Mute it. Okay, Mobius meets up with Loki. They go there. Loki tries to trick them into not going outside, and resetting the timeline. They reset it anyway. Mobius has a meeting with the old judge lady. I forget her name. Renslayer, I think her name is. Her last name is. Honestly, it's episode 2. I haven't learned everyone's names yet. I've only learned Mobius and Loki so far. Give it time. By the end of the season, I'll probably know everyone's names. Anyway, they have a talk. Blah blah blah. He's like, okay, so he gives Loki one last chance. Where Loki he puts Loki to work. Right now, Loki asks for access to files from the beginning of time, the timekeepers, but he gets rejected. He's like, okay, give me all the files you can't give me access to. There he discovers apocalypse events, or specifically Asgard dying, and he almost sheds tears. Obviously, you know, as much as he pretends not to care, he does care about Asgard and the people of Asgard and whatnot. Like, he ruled it. We saw it. He was ruling Asgard for a while, right? Like, he didn't rule it with an iron fist. He ruled it as Odin and just kind of messed about, really. That's really all he did with it. Anyway, he discovers apocalypse events, and he tells Mobius that the variant they're looking for is hiding in apocalypse events. He uses Mobius's salad as a dish, as a metaphor. Adds salt, you know, pushing Hulk off the Rainbow Bridge, adding this and that. But because the apocalypse events happened, everything gets erased, right? So they go and test it. They test it in Pompeii, where Loki lets a bunch of goats free, tells everyone that the volcano's erupting, just causes untold chaos, right? Volcano erupts, wiping everything out. No effect. Theory proven. So they go through all of the various Mablui, or Kablooey, whatever the candy is called. He's like, okay, this was found. It needs to be somewhere. It's only sold within a specific time frame. So they go through all the apocalypse events that happened at that point. You know, places where everybody's wiped out. They figure out it is 2050, right? I forget what it's called. The city called. It's somewhere in Alabama. Alabama 2050. Anyway, Alabama in 2050, a place called Roxcart, right? That's not the city. It's something Hill, something Heights. It doesn't matter. The place gets wiped out, right? It doesn't matter. It's wiped off the map. No one survives. Apocalypse event. So they go in. That this is where the variant is. So they go in, and they investigate. Now they find the agent that was kidnapped, and she admits to telling the variant how to get to the time variant agency thing. Okay. There also, Loki dukes it out with a variant in possession of other people's bodies, and he's like, show yourself. Now, the variant throughout this is pretending to be Loki. I say pretending because it turns out the variant is a blonde chick. Short-haired blonde chick. Now, the only blonde chick with horn appendages that I know of is the Enchantress. But that's from the animated series. I don't believe she's in Loki or in the cinematic universe. Right? I don't Loki. I don't believe she's in the cinematic universe at all, right? Hunter C20 and I think B15. Oh, Ravonna Renslayer. I was right. Her last name is Renslayer. Sophia Di Martino as the character she plays is Loki the variant. Apparently it's just a female version of Loki. But the only one I know of in the Marvel, like, overall Marvel universe is Enchantress. Although there may be a female Loki in the comics, I don't know. Anyway, so we'll just go with Loki. So we got female Loki, you know, we're gonna get a female Thor in the form of, what's her name? Loki, Thor's old flame, I forget her name. Anyway, we'll talk about that once I get to watching Thor: Love and Thunder. Anyway, so yeah, we find out that it's a female version of Thor apparently. Now that's a big time variant. That's a big variance. My theory is this is the Enchantress. It's actually the Enchantress, not Loki. But you know, who knows? Anyway, as B15, Mobius, and one other agent are running down the hallway towards Loki, he looks at them and follows her into the portal. This takes place after she kind of time bombs literally the entire timeline and creates multiple variations. Multiple branches, I should say. And honestly, male Loki versus female Loki, who wins out? That is actually a question I can't answer. Because I'm not one of the writers. I don't actually know who they're going to have win. In the end, theoretically, our version of Loki, the one we follow, the male one, is gonna be the winner because he's the good guy. But at the same time, the hero doesn't always win, right? They finished off Infinity War. Yes, I know Endgame is a thing, but they finished off Infinity War with Thanos winning. So, yes, overall in Endgame he lost, but like we also lost. We lost Tony. It's been like 2 years. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. This is stuff that takes place after Endgame. You should have watched Endgame if you're watching this. But yeah, so we don't necessarily know what the ending's gonna be like. Maybe she wins season 1, he wins season 2. Who knows? Anyway. Overall, this episode was actually pretty good. We're developing the story. We're meeting the characters. We got B15, C20, Ravonna Renslayer. That name sounds familiar. Mobius, Loki Laufeyson, the as of yet unnamed female Loki variant. Hey, I mean, it's only episode 2, right? The plot is going. It's starting, but we don't know much more than that. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. That is going to be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright.